Hey folks, going to do a review of the 25th anniversary edition of the Millennium Falcon for Legos. So, now, as you know, there are many versions of the Millennium Falcon built in Legos out there. And the reason why I went with this one here instead of the other kits is because, well, they're just freaking huge. So, this one's at 921 pieces compared to some of the 8,000, whatever, 75,000 piece, editions that are out there. I wanted something a little bit smaller because I really don't have room for it. So this one seemed like it was a decent size, and what the heck, give it a shot. And price, of course, I'm a cheap bastard. What you gonna do? So what I'm doing for a speed build is that I'm beginning to think you guys might not actually be too wild about the speed builds. So unless you want to, you can comment, whether or not you like the speed builds or not. In the interim, I'll try alternate methods to show you how I'm doing the build. Figure make it easier, maybe keep your attention a little bit more. So without further ado, I say we get from the box to the Millennium Falcon. Ta-da! The Millennium Falcon. So as you can see, it's a lot smaller than the other ones that are out there. This one, of course, is probably about maybe 10, 11 inches long. It does have a lot of heft to it. I mean, this is almost like a pound and a half or so. I mean, it's pretty heavy. So that was kind of surprising. Not a lot of mobility to it. The radar dish does move around. Yay for that. And the little gun turret lifts up, and that's about it. You don't get much more. If you lift up any of the plates on these, you're not going to be really rewarded with anything. So there's obviously, as you can tell, this is too small for minifigs. So what they have done instead of minifigs is actually used minimalist studs recreations of scenes. So instead of your minifig, you have different color studs representing people. So in one section over here, they have the classic scene of Chewbacca with R2-D2 and C-3PO playing chess. Another scene over here has Obi-Wan Kenobi and Luke Skywalker training in the ways of the Force. Cool. And the last one over here is with Princess Leia, Han Solo, and C-3PO during their little fixing the scene and pretty much C-3PO being a blank blocker. Oops. So it's obviously not minifig, but it's cool, the way that they represented it that way. So the only bad part is that once you build it, you really can't get back to them unless you rip it apart. So taking these off, if I could probably rip one of these. You know what? For you guys, I'll rip one off. Just rip it right off there. So I've ripped off a whole section, and as you can see, you're not going to see much. The same goes with the cockpit. If you look over here, the cockpit isn't see-through or anything. It's just a sticker. So this is a pretty large drawback for the kit, that you really don't get an interior view of what the Millennium Falcon looks like. You just kind of get, this little area with, of course, you get to see that the drive for it is nothing more than just a light blue tube. Maybe it'll look cool if you like brick it, but if you don't want to, then it's just a little light blue tube. How easy is it to put this back on? I have no clue. I probably won't be able to put it on correctly or anything. Yeah, it's breaking. I kind of figured that. My bad. What are you gonna do? So again, it wasn't too difficult to build. It I mean, it was kind of simple and this was put together pretty basic. So this took me about 2 days to do, and that wasn't me working on it constantly. This was just maybe maybe 5 hours of work. So not a real big, huge project, but it was something to kill a little bit of time. So it's not the best stable one either. So the less touch, the better off. But if you want something neat to show that you're a Star Wars fanatic on your desk, there you go. So all I can say is we can now bring you on to the videos of the build. And if you like it, like, subscribe, become one of me. Join us. Join. Come to the not quite dark, but not really light, kind of off-white side. Yes, that works. I like.